is the cousin of death. Beyond the walls of intelligence, life is defined. I think of crime when I'm in a New York state of mind.
Jets fans, welcome back to another session of Knicks Bros TV here. I was kind of contemplating whether I should make this video or not, but I guess I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to keep it very brief. Really not going to really discuss much of the game because obviously we all know what 31-0 kind of reflects. Just the basic thing I wanted to mention about this game was, it's totally fine. I don't want to say it's totally fine, but it's okay if you're going to lose. There's been losing teams, teams that haven't had good records. That's one thing. But the other thing is quite simply or do you want to be there? Do you want to play? Are you playing to your full potential? And that's the question that I'm asking this Jets team. Is I don't feel like this Jets team shows up. I don't think this Jets team cares. Like I said, you can go ahead and lose. We've had losing seasons before. But this is different. This is, Geno Smith not showing up. Chris Johnson not showing up. This is the entire defense not being there. Especially that Chris Johnson fumble just makes you just feel just so puzzled. That's what I'm questioning. Because at the end of the day, the players don't want to be there, and that's the thing that I really like about New York fans overall is they voice their opinions. They voice their opinions based on the product they see every Sunday. If it's good, guess what? We're cheering you on. If it's not good, guess what? You're garbage. And there's going to be explanations that need to be given for it. Because at the end of the day, that's the Coliseum, and you go out there and fight for the Coliseum. That's why you're rewarded with the fame and the money and the whole nine. What it really comes down to is character. Guys like Joe Namath, guys like Curtis Martin. The fact that we have a running back like, Chris Johnson that's in that position is an embarrassment to our organization. The fact, what happened to, Wayne Corbett, those type of guys, the guys with heart. Wayne Corbett, what do they call him? Mr. Third Down. He was there every time you needed him. Guess what? He was only like 5'10". And a very small guy, but he had heart. And that's what we're missing. That's the missing ingredient for this team. There's players that have heart, that have passion, that want to play for that green and white. That's what it comes down to. And as far as Rex Ryan is concerned and John Idzik and all those guys, you know what? It's time to go. The one thing that I cannot stand about Rex Ryan, I know he came out and he blamed himself for it, but the number one thing with Rex Ryan is when he makes a decision, he's too prideful to come out and say, I made a mistake. And guess what? I need to go with this guy. And guess what? I've been a firm supporter of Geno Smith, but after what I saw that day, it's time for him to step down. And I just want someone to save the season. That's what we need, is someone to save the season, whether if it's Michael Vick or whomever it's got to be. Save the season, stop the bleeding, and stop the embarrassment. Because, we just need guys that want to play for this team. The guys that haven't hijacked this team, like I said, Geno Smith showing up late for the meeting, and the fact that he still got to start is a shock to me. That means there's no type of leadership. There's no expectations. You know what? And everybody's like, well, those passionate guys are kind of gone and out of the league. No, they're not. As much as I hate to say this, Tom Brady to this day is his own biggest competition. You see him every time. He throws an interception, he's fired up the sideline at himself. So passionate guys are still relevant in this league. But right now, when I look at this team, it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to our 1968 team. It's an embarrassment to our 1982 team. It's an embarrassment to our 1986 team. It's an embarrassment to our 1998 team, to our 2000, even 2010 team. Rex Ryan, thank you for the really good 2 years, but it's time for you to go. Your coaching skills is something that after 2 years you'll figure it out. That's the way I see it. John Idzik, you've done nothing for this team. You've recruited. You haven't went out there and been able to spend that money wisely. You got to go. And here's the number one thing as a fan. I'm always going to be a Jets fan, and I will. But it's the lack of passion that's disrespectful to me and every single fan. And if you guys, and I'm talking about guys like Geno Smith, Chris Johnson, Eric Decker, all of our defensive backs, if guys like that still wear this green and white, those 4 letters on their helmets, if that's the case, my support's coming off.